Well, we can turn down the sound just a tad. Um, I was asked by one of my very favorite people ever to do a Let's Play of The Long Dark. I have only a little bit of experience playing this game, so I'm going to be starting on relatively um, simple difficulty. As you can see from this one up here, I'm not doing too well in this one. I was doing pretty super right up until the beginning of day 11 when I got eaten by wolves. So let's see if that happens here. I'm going to start on the relatively basic, normal Voyageur level of difficulty. I think that's how you pronounce that. I clearly don't speak French. Stalker and Interloper are the particularly nasty ones, so I am going for the new or experienced player looking for a balance between exploration and survival. Wolves will kill and eat you in this game. Um, Under Pilgrim, wildlife will not attack unless provoked, so this is a little bit more of that quiet apocalypse experience. I have been um, playing The Long Dark for not terribly long, but I've been watching an awful lot of Long Dark playthroughs, Let's Plays, so I thought, why not try it myself? We'll start in the beginning area of Mystery Lake. Since it's the only area where I have any experience at all. On a long enough timeline, the survival rate for everyone drops to 0. I love the cheerful little, oh my gosh, I'm starting out in the trapper's cabin? Geez, game, how nice can you get? Of course, I'm starting out in the middle of the night. How much the middle of the night? The beginning of the night! Even better! Oh, there's firewood
Nobody needs
here.
this anymore.
Well, somebody needs this. What did I just find? So, when it's as dark as this, it's really, unsurprisingly, it's really hard to see. So, let's take a look at what we have to start. Ooh, I've never seen driving gloves. Those are charming. So for fire starting, I have some lighter fluid, cedar, and fir firewood. Cedar burns more readily, but fir burns longer. Newsprint that you can use as tinder, even as it says. But the best way I find to use it as tinder is to harvest it into tinder plugs, which we'll probably be doing shortly. 12 wood matches. Matches are immensely important. We have antibiotics, painkillers, antiseptic, bandages. What do we have for clothes? My goodness. Our clothes are not in the best shape. So, thin little driving gloves, thermal underwear that's seen better days, new jeans, that's nice, running shoes, raggedy sports socks, and a sweatshirt. Yeah, I don't want to step outside wearing that. Some sardines and a granola bar. Um, Fishing tackle, that's handy. Sewing kit is wonderful. A bedroll, very useful, but luckily there should be a bed in here. Alright, fairly basic starting equipment. No knife, no hatchet. Yeah, if I want to break up anything for wood, I'm going to need some tools. There may certainly be some in here, but we're not going to know until... What do we have to start fires again? Alright, so we have cedar, fir. Let's break this down into 4 tinder plugs. Tinder plugs are pretty lightweight, and the really handy thing about them is that um, with a roll of newsprint, you can start 1 fire, or if you break it down into tinder plugs, you can start 4. But matches or some other fire starter is needed. I have matches, but not many. There's a backpack over here somewhere. I saw it. Well, I saw the text as I went over there. There we go. Search backpack. Nothing in it. No surprises there. Alright, so from experience here in this room, I know that there's a bed near where I'm standing. Is that the door? No, that's a window. Okay. So... you can't see me, but I'm... plastic container. There's a plastic container. Really, I mean, I don't want to start a fire just yet because I have candy bar. Ooh. Because I have so little.
Never know. Could end up being useful.
Soda is, in fact, immensely useful. Peaches, my favorite! I love peaches. I love peaches in real life, and I really love them in this game. Boy, are they handy. Bed. Okay. Probably, yeah, I'm not super sleepy right now, but, I hate wasting time. Storm lantern. That's what I need. Okay. So since I last played this, things have changed up a little bit as far as the menus and all, but not too badly. Orange soda, beef jerky, snare, my favorite thing, simple tools, so useful.
This will come in handy.
It will definitely come in handy. You can make tinder plugs out of that. I think only 2 out of a newspaper as opposed to a roll of newsprint. A safe. Safes are extra fun. Tomato soup. Nice! And is that a can opener? That's a can opener. Good deal. An MRE. Okay, so yeah, clearly this is giving me a very gentle start. I got a rifle cleaning kit, which is super useful. The locker is unlocked. How nice is that? There's nothing in it. That's not so nice.
This stuff will come in handy.
Pretty handy if you don't have time to boil your water. Ammo. 5 rounds of ammo. Jeez. Okay. Another tinder plug. Antibiotics and bandage. Alright. This is a pretty decent start. I wonder if I can... Alright, so the safe's right there. But I don't want to waste my lamp oil. I wonder... Yes! It will let me do this. Alright, so combination safes in this game are super fun. You break them open like you would safe crack in real life, presumably, by listening to the clicks of the tumblers and letting that tell you what the combination is. It's a little tedious, but it's always worthwhile. The handy thing is over here, see, it'll show you, even if your hearing isn't very good, once you've gotten the right way. You turn it left first, which surprised me the first time I was doing that. I just kept turning it right. I didn't hear any clicks. Or at least no special clicks. Also, it's entirely possible that that changes from game to game. If we get all the way around to 0 again without having heard the special click. Aha! See? And this is simple enough to do. You just do it with the movement keys. You got your WASD for any kind of first-person game. It's pretty typical control system. I don't use gamepads especially often because I didn't grow up on consoles, unlike some people. Yeah, okay, this is not the super exciting survival uh, that you were probably looking for, but once we get this open, we'll probably be a lot better placed to survive the rest of the game. That was tumbler number 2. Last time I did this, I found the Expedition Parka in here, which as far as I can tell is the best cold weather clothing in the game. Tick, 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 come on. I can probably go faster because it'll just automatically open once I get to the right one. You can't go too far on the third tumbler, I think. Come on. Keep moving. Kind of wonder what the inside... Aha! I kind of wonder what the inside of one of these...
I'll take it.
Emergency stim. Single rifle cartridge. Well, that's the stingiest combination safe I've ever encountered. Oh, no, I don't really want to light the... Does lighting that... Lighting the lamp doesn't use my matches. I had a dozen matches before. I have a dozen matches now. Well, that's handy to know. Okay, so you can hear from the wind outside that it's really nasty. I'm not going to go walking anywhere, but I do have a snare, and I know that there's a lot of rabbits in this general neighborhood, so let's take a look outside and see just how bad the storm is. So they used to do this with numbers. You may still be able to pull up a number version of your stats, but down at the bottom you can see the little line with the ball on it is your thermometer. That's how warm you are. We are totes warm. The eye is how tired you are, and they all drain from the top. The water drop is how thirsty you are. The stomach is how hungry you are. And you'll see little down arrows if they are being reduced significantly. Oh, this is an okay night. You can see it's fairly cold, but it's not going to kill us anytime soon. So let's just scout out our initial surroundings. There's a lot of deer around here, a lot of rabbits around here. So I'm going to set up a snare for rabbits. Do I see any rabbits around here? No? These little rocks you can actually chuck at rabbits. I think you can chuck them at wolves too. Not that I've ever been successful at doing that, but if you chuck them at a rabbit and you hit it just... There's a rabbit, see? So if you chuck a rock at a rabbit and you hit it just right, which I am extremely bad at, then you can stun the rabbit long enough. I'm not even going to try it, because I can't, as far as I know, hold a lantern and chuck a rock at the same time. But I am going to set up a snare, which is pretty simple. We'll see about killing some rabbits in the morning. Well, let's just see. Can we? Evidently not. Okay. Run, rabbit, run. There's probably some way to just grab the little suckers if you outrun them, but I'm not going to try it tonight. There's an owl out here. I think that's just environmental sound. It doesn't mean that any owls are going to swoop down on my head, as far as I know. Now, in here is typically, and it looks like I'm going to find it again this time, a dead deer. The great thing about a dead deer is that you can harvest its hide and its guts and all that. The unfortunate thing about a dead deer Number one, it is frozen. Number two, it's going to be a little bit tricky to take care of it using my bare hands. Alright, fair enough. It's significantly cold out here, as you can see. I'm not getting incredibly cold incredibly fast, but let's extinguish our lantern. I can still see fairly well. It's actually a beautiful night. Wish I had a... In the daytime, if you have a magnifying glass and it's a nice clear day, as this is a clear night, look at that sky. This game is flippin' gorgeous. During the day, if the sky's that clear and you have a magnifying glass, you don't even need matches to set a fire. But it's not day, and we don't have a magnifying glass. So what we're going to do is set a fire here. Let's see, do we have any sticks? We have reclaimed wood. We have a book that we're not going to burn. We have accelerant. I really don't want to use it at this point. So I am going to set a fire. Fingers crossed I will do it successfully. Now, wolves and such are out more often at night, but as I understand, they don't like fire too terribly much. So hopefully we don't have too much to worry about there. Also hopefully, because I need to clear out some space on my hard drive, hopefully this doesn't stop recording in the middle of the session. Alright, so that's 54 minutes. That's quite nice. I'm going to chuck some reclaimed wood on there. And we're going to... Yeah, it's more than 50% frozen. The fire will help thaw it out, but this is going to take forever without some decent tools. So to pass the time, I am going to melt down some snow. You can easily die of dehydration in this game, as easily as starvation. Easier than starvation, probably. Now you saw I got those water purification tablets, but I don't need to use those. I'm not going to use them until I have to. So you melt your snow, and then you boil it to make potable water. Bam! 1 liter of potable water. They used to, as far as I recall, they used to have this game in imperial measurements. So you'd have gallons and you'd have degrees Fahrenheit, but instead you have liters and degrees Celsius, and given that this game is taking place in Canada, I think it's ever so appropriate. I'm going to chuck some fur on there. See, a piece of fir wood makes it much warmer and ensures that the fire burns longer. Look at how warm it is over here now. 17 degrees Celsius. Cool. We're going to boil that 2nd liter of water. I try not to do more than 1 liter at a time. A liter of water takes maybe 10 minutes. I'd rather not get eaten by wolves in that time. Alright, so we're going to do this one at a time. This is going to take a lot longer without a tool. If I had a tool, I could quarter it even so. I'd rather, though, make sure that I get everything out of it. Yeah. So, 1 piece of gut. The sounds that it makes are just lovely. Get our... let's check on the fire. Got another hour on the fire. We can get that 2nd piece of intestine. Gut can be used to tie things, to make new snares. It's, as I've learned from people who do this sort of thing, you know, for grins. Chuck another piece of wood on there. Sinew is better, or is very traditional, but requires a great deal of working. Alright, 1.3 kilos of meat. Not a huge amount, but better than nothing. Alright. How much? We have an hour of fire left. That is plenty of time. Oof. Moldy venison. But you know what? It's at 56%. And my understanding is that when you cook meat, it raises that condition track by 50%. So this should bring it back up to being fresh venison. Cooked fresh venison. You see that little can that shows up on the side? Like that shows that my skill is going up. I'm gonna eat this one, why not? Soup and peaches increase both hunger and thirst. I mean, they give you more calories and they make you less thirsty when you eat them. But you do have to actually eat the things you cooked. So I've cooked it. It's the open one right here. There we go. The other nice benefit is warming up. So even if you're in a really cold place, you will be able to warm up a little bit better. Is that anything? No, that's a footprint. Okay, let's peep in here and see if sometimes it'll be something down here. Even if it's just some wood. Sometimes, that's not a wolf, that's just my stomach. Oh, you see that little, smell lines above me? So that is literally what that is. It means that I smell like delicious meat. There's nothing left to harvest. Let's go ahead and have a drink of this wonderful water. And we're not super hungry anymore. We are starting to get tired, which is good because it means that we can sleep away the fairly brief rest of the night. We definitely need to take our hide and guts, yum, into the cabin. I love how it shows that there's light coming out of the windows, when in fact that is not at all the case. I really hope that little thing moving over there is a rabbit and not a wolf. Please don't be a wolf. Please just be a little bunny that I can eat later and make mittens out of. Alright. Alright, all the way back to our homestead. Still not dead. Alright, I don't think we need to turn on the light necessarily. There's the bed and the workbench, so what I'm gonna do is drop the hide, drop the guts, because these need to dry out to cure before we can use them. Takes a few days for that to happen. In the morning, I will go and grab charcoal out of the potbelly stove because I can use that to actually map these areas. And it'll put things on the map like a deer carcass or a wolf carcass that you need to go and strip. Wolves don't have a lot of meat on them, sad to say. And that ravaged deer carcass, there's wolves ravaged that deer carcass. There's definitely wolves in the area, but there's wolves in every area. The handy thing is that if wolves see a deer before they see you, they will go and kill that deer and be rather distracted, so you can either try to kill the wolf and have two animals worth of food at once, or you can do what our ancestors did way the heck back. Let the big mean predator eat the deer and go ahead and have the remains once the wolf is full. Because humans are in fact scavengers. In part. Omnivorous scavengers. Is that something? Nah, it's just part of the workbench. Okay. We probably have 2 or 3 hours until sunrise. I'm going to go ahead and sleep, and we will start the next episode on the next day. Let's just wake up real quick. Yep, we have survived 12 hours and 12 minutes. Not too shabby for the first time. How did I miss all of this?
This stuff will come in handy.
Yeah, this stuff will come in handy. Dog food is incredibly useful for people, not dogs. All right, that's it for this episode. I'm going to save. The game doesn't let you save wherever you want, so I'm going to leave my cabin because it's mine now. Ooh, looks a little gross out here, but it's not. Oh, yeah, no, it's terrible. Let's go back inside. And we'll continue next time.